Well, I'm going to finish up the second coat rack today. This is made from a piece of red oak plank. It was intended to be white oak, but I seem to run out of white oak stock. Right now I am sanding it down a little bit. This was the finished coat of polyurethane varnish that's on it. 400 grit. Just really smoothing it up and knocking down the little dust pimples that somehow find their way into the finished coat. Okay, so, and that really kind of smoothed things up nicely. Takes the sheen off of the finish, which is just fine. So that the grain becomes more apparent without the kind of specular mirror-like sheen that happens with the varnish coat. Even though this is a satin finish varnish, it still leaves quite a sheen. Now I am just applying some paste wax. This is really the kind of the last step. And it really leaves a really nice, very pleasant, soft, touchable finish. So all that's going to be left then is to install the Ipe pegs that make up the coat rack. Okay, so these are the Ipe pegs for hanging the coats. And they're getting the same treatment. They've got a couple of coats of polyurethane varnish on them. Again, just leveling the varnish coat a little bit with 400 grit. Okay. Well, as you can see now with the paste wax applied and just buffing it off, you end up with a pretty decent sheen on the face, and the light reflection does not interfere with getting kind of full effect of the green. So really simple and straightforward, very durable process. Okay. Next step is to glue these babies in. These pegs have presented, a good bit of a challenge. I don't know how much of this is showing up in the video, but you can see how these tenons have been cut at an angle to match that on the oak board. And mortises, of course, have to be at exactly the same angle. Don't remember what that angle is now. Around 10 or 12 degrees, probably. Anyhow, it was an interesting and kind of fun challenge to get this all to work out with some degree of congruity. I kind of like these little shoulders that are here on the pegs. As it turns out, they all fit really nice and tight. But frankly, I designed that shoulder in there, which is a little bit of a fussy thing to have to cut. But it can cover up a lot of sins if the mortise and the tenon, are not exactly the right size. But guess what? These ended up being very tight. Have no problems with it. But a little extra shoulder on the tenons makes for a pretty nice detail. Makes these things really finish up in a really clean way. This whole project has been really quite fun. One thing that's really kind of cool about this is, you know, I've got everything's already waxed up, you know, before I glue these tenons in place. So any spooge that comes out from the glue joint onto the surface is easily wiped off. Spooge is kind of a self-defining technical word that I learned from my cousin Andy. And if it's spooge, it probably needs to be cleaned up. Well, another piece that's done, ready to be delivered.